Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunburned Albino Plays Famicom Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind, Episode 3. We're here in the schoolyard, and, yeah, I'm on the right scene. I looked at all this stuff before. Let's, do this. I'm at my settings, not like this part. We just got to this schoolyard, and we're going to now look and examine stuff. The faculty meeting hasn't finished. Okay. Oh. Huh? That's Ayumi. Where's she going? I'll follow her. She walks with such distinction and purpose. Oh, is that... Why would you ever have a room like this in your school? Ayumi. Oh, it's you. What's the matter with Ayumi? She seems out of it. Did she see the girl who stands behind? Show her my penis? No, that's not an option. Let's talk to her. About Yoko. I tried talking to lots of people. I couldn't nail down whether or not Yoko was looking into the girl who stands behind. Tell me about the girl of legend. But even if she was investigating the rumor, how does that connect to her murder? What about Tazuki? Mr. Tazuki? That's the school janitor. What about him? He caught me in front of the old school building. Oh. That's all you're gonna say? You're not gonna say that he was hella creepy and like, oh, detective, I'm out of here, bro. Ah, okay, good stuff. Let's do the girl of legend again. No? Alright. Man, I love this part. This is my favorite part of the whole game. He's the janitor at this school. He's nice, but a bit odd. Yeah, okay. Like, doing this does make me want to play more visual novels in the future, just like more modern ones, you know? Ones that, you know, you press the button once and they give you all the dialogue you want, you know what I mean? Can I examine? Let's examine Ayumi. Time for your yearly physical. Ayumi seems to be lost in thought. Okay. It's quiet here. There's a mirror in the corner. Indeed there is. Where? That's me. What? I don't have nostrils! Ha! Just kidding. Wow, dude. Third wall breaking. It's quiet here. Oh, you already said that. Ayumi seems to be lost in thought. Damn, does that mean I should also be lost in thought? Am I picking up your cues subtly enough? What is she doing here? So, here's the thing. I remember Yoko saying something here. One day after Yoko's behavior changed, I was standing in front of this mirror. Then, she came up behind me and said, Ayumi, look, I need to tell you something about the girl who stands behind. She really might be standing behind you. Whoa, it's like Yoko was... It's like she was telling you she was the girl who stands behind? That's all Yoko said. What was she trying to tell me? I think she was trying to tell you that the girl that stands behind might be behind you. That's what she said, anyway. I feel like that's what she meant, also. Can I engage the mirror? About the girl of the legend. The girl who stands behind is standing behind me. What was she trying to tell me? What did she mean? I'm scared. The faculty meeting seems to be over. Just change VOs for one line. Hey, sometimes it happens. Oh, the time. I've got to get home. Goodbye, Albino. I fixed it for you. Okay, be safe. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Albino, I've just gotten back from a meeting. Well, isn't that something? Let me look at this portrait. Was this piece made by a student? That's all you gotta say about it? It's freaking Yoko, dude. Come on, man. The hell is this? This piece is not done. Yeah, you don't say. I wonder who's working on it. I don't know, but they should be fired. It's a poster for the school sketch competition. It says that Kaneda is the judge. Wow. Let me look at that plaster figure behind you. It's a sculpture for sketch practice. Alright. What's up, Kaneda? Kaneda seems to be around. Why is that? Tell me what this is. Why do you have a second little open mouth underneath your mouth? Ah! No teeth. Let's talk to it. Do you talk through that mouth? Does the other one remain closed? Was this the student who came here? It's a frightening story. God, you were just... I'm so glad we're back here. Okay, yeah, we talk about Tazuki. He's the janitor. His bark is worse than his bite. Before he was a janitor, Mr. Tazuki was a plasterer. You know, the people who plaster walls. Could it be that the wall panel in the old school building was... Oh, that wall? Good eye. Yes, that was Mr. Tazuki's work. When the wall crumbled years ago, he fixed it. Fine craftsmanship indeed. Is that what it was, huh? What about Mr. Tazuki? Nothing, I just met him in front of the old school building. He's a bit odd, but not a bad man. I mean, he murdered a girl, so... I wanted to tell you something. Huh? What is it? But I can't remember. I think it was rather important. Wow, you're so helpful! What was it? Damn, you need to get busted upside the head with that plaster sculpture? That gonna jog your memory? Was it about Yoko? Was this the student? No, it was not about Yoko. Was it about the girl of the legend? Was it about Tazuki? Was it about what you know? Okay, talking, not happening. Let's think. I'll think for you. That didn't work. Was it about Yoko's class ID? Who's this? Oh, this is the girl. Really? Yes, I remember her face very well. She seemed so desperate to hear the story that it was a bit disturbing. Why was she so curious about the girl who stands behind? So Yoko really was investigating the girl who stands behind! Oh, it's not like we only established that 80 times so far in the story. But I still don't see the connection between this and the case yet. Man, who knows? Talk about Yoko. No mistaking it, she's the one. Okay, so give me something. Oh. Tell me about the girl of the legend. Tell me about the rabbits. First Yoko Kojima, now you. What's with everyone asking about the girl who stands behind? Oh, yes, I remember now. What is it? After I told you about that missing person case yesterday, I looked into it a little more. I found out that the girl was named Shinobu Asakawa. She was in class 1A at the time. Shinobu Asakawa? Tell me about Shinobu Asakawa. I don't remember much of her as a student, unfortunately. but rumor has it she might have been involved in an incident of some sort. An incident? Leia, let's just fucking repeat the last word of every sentence he says as a question. Oh, I'm part of this conversation as well. Anyhow, please excuse me, but it's getting late and I need to head home. Farewell, Mr. Albino. See, I like this dude. He calls me by my real name. Yes, thanks so much. Alright, look at all these notepad documentations. Let's take a look at it. Yoko Kojima. Let's go over to like 7. Later, Yoko told Ayumi that the girl who stands behind might really be standing behind her. Puzzling words. Was investigating the girl. Oh, was investigating the girl who stands behind. Oh, we can confirm it, yeah. A female student at Ushimitsu High School who went missing 15 years ago. Oh, so you're the missing one, okay. Rumored to have gotten caught up in a certain case. Lost his cool after being questioned about Yoko. How are you younger than this other dude? You got more wrinkles. Strange janitor, former plasterer, was tasked with fixing the walls of the old school building. Well, did he get extra pay for that? Because that's an like a outside contractor kind of thing. So you should have. That is not part of his job description. Let's go to Utsugi's office. My man Utsugi. I'm making real headway. You're gonna be proud of me. Please don't put your boxing gloves on and knock my socks off. I'm back. Good work, Sunburned. Even though I hate that you call me that, but that's okay. Remember, it's facts first, right? Right. Okay, well in that case we speculate. Speculating is all about facts. That's why they call it speculating. For whatever reason, Yoko Kojima was looking into the girl who stands behind. And likely at the root of the rumor is the girl who suddenly disappeared 15 years ago. Her name was Shinobu Asakawa, a student at Ushimitsu High School. Something must have happened to her, but does this have anything to do with Yoko's murder case? Well, I don't know, Liz. I did facts first. Use the facts to formulate a theory. That's the foundation of investigation. Okay, we speculated, now we think. I wonder what the janitor, Tazuki, was worried about when we spoke. How's the investigation going? Hard to say, Detective. How about your case? So far, I've just received the synopsis of what happened. 15 years ago, Genjiro Kaneda, a local bar owner, was murdered. Back then, the police had a likely suspect. But several days later, he was discovered dead from an apparent suicide. So we don't know most of the facts at all. Do you have any clues? Yes. When the crime occurred, it seems there was someone else at the scene. A first year at Ushimitsu High School at the time. Her name was Shinobu Asakawa. Whoa! That girl's been missing since then, right? Yes. How did you know? Detective Utsugi, these two cases might be related. Sunburn, go to the police department immediately and ask about the Kaneda case. Right away, detective. Tetanus. Oh, the Kaneda case. Chapter 3, we're more than halfway done, I think. It's late, but the police department is still bustling with people, working away. Good evening. Hey kid, you can't just hang out here. What brings you in? You look... I don't know. I have no comments. I'm gonna think. If I ask for someone, maybe they'll talk with me. I want to engage you. Excuse me. So what brings you in today? I'm Sunburned Albino, an assistant at Utsugi Detective Agency. Oh, you're the... Yes, Detective Utsugi told us. You're here about the Genjiro Kaneda case, right? I'll let the lead investigator know you're here. Please wait. Alright. Hey there, sorry to make you wait. Oh, so you're the assistant from Detective Utsugi's place. I'm Mariyama from Investigation Division 1. Nice to meet you. Thanks for speaking with me. I'm Sunburned Albino from Utsugi Detective Agency. If I remember correctly, you were at the scene when Yoko Kojima's body was discovered as well. Alright, enough chit-chat. Let's get down to business. I don't know what his voice should be yet. Everyone in this game looks really indistinct. There you go. Thank you. Ooh, I like a ridged glass. Look at that. Ribbed for my pleasure, am I right? So, you want to hear more about Genjiro Kaneda's murder case? I'll tell you everything we've got so far. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Soon after Genjiro Kaneda moved here in February, 15 years ago, he opened up a bar. Later that same year, on November 10th around 9 p.m., he was murdered in his home. Tell me about the bar. That sounds more interesting than the death. The bar wasn't part of the crime scene because Genjiro was killed in his home, which is in a different location. You mean he doesn't live at the bar? Genjiro was stabbed multiple times with a sharp weapon, causing him to bleed to death. Based on the way he was killed, we concluded that the killer was someone who strongly resented Genjiro. Okay, I'm getting attached to this voice now. I like it. Well, why don't you tell me more about the cause of death? Genjiro was stabbed multiple... Okay, I say all the same shit again. Tell me more about Genjiro. Do you know of anything Genjiro Kaneda might have done to make someone resent him? Genjiro Kaneda posed as a barkeep by day, but was a ruthless scoundrel by night. He would lend money to people, then charge them a horrible interest rate when he collected. On top of that, he was a fraudster. Many fell victim to his cunning schemes. But if there were so many victims, why didn't the police investigate him? Well, he covered his tracks. We didn't have much to go off until people spoke up. And just as enough victims came forward and we started building a case, he was murdered. So Genjiro Kaneda was not well liked, to put it mildly. Exactly. We had a long list of potential suspects who had enough motive to kill him. And to top it all off, to this day we have yet to find the murder weapon. Stabbed multiple times. Tell me more about the bar. The bar wasn't the crime scene. So, what do they serve there? I'm thinking about going after this case is over. Genjiro had a son, Goro, of course his name's Goro, who was 16 years old at the time. When his father passed, Goro inherited a fortune. To this day, he lives off that money without having to work. Even before the incident, Goro didn't go to school. He just fooled around and visited Genjiro's bar. Goro's 31 years old now, and he's probably still living like a king. What a life. Nah, he's actually the homeroom teacher, Mr. Hinobi, or whatever his name was. Nobody else is 31. Let me consult my freaking notepad and I'll prove it to you. Where is he? Why isn't he in my notepad? Hello? Oh, Hibino, that's what I meant. Yeah, there he is. That's him right there. Tatsuya Hibino, otherwise known as Goro whatever. Goro Kaneda. 100%. He specifically said he's 31 years old. Oh, there's no way that's related, dude. I'm way ahead of you. He's probably still living lavishly. Lavish lifestyle. He had a son named Goro. Back then, Genjiro's bar was a hangout spot for the town's delinquents and hoodlums. A group of girls got to know Goro at the bar and later on began hanging out at his house. Most of the girls were students at Ushimitsu High School. That was because one of the girls who was particularly close to Goro Kaneda was a student at Ushimitsu High School. It seems that she often invited her friends to go over there after school. And her name was Shinobu something something, right? On the night of the murder, 3 girls had made plans to go out with Goro and were waiting in front of his place. But Goro never showed up. 2 of the girls got tired of waiting and left, but one stayed behind, saying she'd hang around a bit longer. And that was Shinobu Asakawa? Correct. The girls left right before 9 p.m., leaving Shinobu Asakawa alone when the crime was committed. That night, she mysteriously disappeared. Was she somehow linked to the murder? We have no clues as to where she may have gone. Honestly, my gut tells me Shinobu Asakawa is dead. Why? Forensics found some type AB blood about 10 meters from the house, which matches Shinobu Asakawa's blood type. How are you doing so far? You keeping up? Why don't you take some time to gather your thoughts? I don't. I know how this case went already. Well, not exactly, but I know everybody who was involved. Okay, here's what I've got so far. Please let me know if I'm off base. Oh dear God, what is this? In the following text, please enter the name of the person who fits in the... Please choose the name that you think is correct using the stick. Okay, that's easy. This will be easy. Night of the crime, Genjiro and Shinobu Asakawa were present at the Kaneda residence. She was waiting alone for to return. His name is Goro. She was waiting alone for Goro Kaneda to return. Haha, correct! 10 points for you! That's when the murderer came and stabbed multiple times with a sharp weapon. Genjiro. That's when the murderer came and stabbed Genjiro Kaneda multiple times with a sharp weapon. Exactly! Hearing something, rushed to the scene. That's gonna be Shinobu Asakawa. Hearing something, Shinobu Asakawa rushed to the scene. You've got it! Genjiro Kaneda was lying there, unconscious and bleeding at the feet of the killer. When the killer saw her face, she tried to run, but Shinobu was caught and abducted. Then, was either injured by the killer or... that's Shinobu again. Or she was murdered. Great job, Detective Albino. Your theory matches exactly what police thought at the time. I'm impressed. However, back then we had one more theory regarding Shinobu Asakawa. Another theory? What could it be? That Shinobu Asakawa was the killer. See, she disappeared from the crime scene right after the murder. With this in mind, along with Asakawa still being a minor, we directed the media not to publish her name, and at the school's request we took extra care in gathering information. If there was a kid like you back then, it might have helped us a bunch. Because of the sensitivity of the case, only those who were directly involved know details. That said, there were many rumors floating around, but my gut says that Asakawa was murdered by the killer. That's what my gut says, Ben, as I'm sticking to it. Killer is clearly capable of horrific things. Let's think. Alright, let me save just to like make sure that we're not gonna blow this thing. Okay, what else would you more about Goro, please? Soon after the murder, Goro returned home to find Genjiro's body and quickly reported it to the police. The killer is... oh yeah, I already said that. More about the bar. It was an ordinary bar. You say that with a smile on your face. My gut says Asakawa was murdered by the killer. Tell me about the cause of death. Genjiro was stabbed multiple times. Okay, so we've talked to you in every possible situation here. Unless we're supposed to do Goro more. Right after the murder. Oh, okay. Goro Kaneda returned home right after the murder. On his way there, he was passed by a car. A car? Yeah, a car. Let's talk about the car. It was an ordinary black car. He didn't get a good look at the make or license plate number. Understandable. He didn't know what had happened yet. But there's a good chance that the car was used in the crimes. There were tire marks near the crime scene, and they would have needed a car to abduct Asakawa. I see. By the way, I had heard that a suspect in the case committed suicide. Oh, you're well informed. Yes, right after the incident, a man named Teruhiko Uchida committed suicide. Teruhiko Uchida? About Uchida? Is he related to the car? Teruhiko Uchida ran a small factory in town, but he lost it after falling victim to Genjiro's fraud. Teruhiko seemed to be an upstanding man, but some say he was a little too nice for his own good. He generously went out of his way to help Genjiro, who had just moved to town. Then his generosity backfired. So Teruhiko Uchida had a strong motive. We were going to speak to Teruhiko as a person of interest, but he had gone missing just a few hours before the crime. We tried to track his movements, but it was too late. A few days later, Teruhiko Uchida's body was— that's like the hardest name to say for some reason— body was found. It's possible that he might have killed Genjiro then himself, but we don't have any proof. Plus, there were other suspects to consider. The problem was they all had strong alibis. And now, this year, the case is reaching its statute of limitations. So that's the general summary of the Genjiro Kaneda murder case. Let's think. I generally understand the incident that Shinobu Asakawa was implicated in. I should get back to the office to process everything. What's wrong? You seem lost in thought all of a sudden. Wait a minute, aren't you looking into that Yoko Kojima case, the girl who was murdered the other day? Do you think there's some connection between that case and the Genjiro Kaneda case? Yoko Kojima was looking into a rumor at Ushimitsu High School. It's about the girl who stands behind, a ghost. There's a chance the rumor came about after Shinobu Asakawa's disappearance. A ghost? That's quite interesting. I'd love to hear about that too. But sadly, we don't have much time. Maybe next time. Alright, see you later. I'll head out now. Thank you very much for your help. Sure, get back safe. Say hi to Detective Utsugi for me. And tell him he has a nice cat. Alright. I'm back. Oh, Detective Utsugi isn't around. He seems to have gone out. But he left his coffee behind. It's a phone. It's always been the phone. Yeah, okay. He never put these boxes away. I wonder why. Because he's going to move again. This is only temporary for him. He's a free spirit. He goes where he is needed. I'm going to take the phone and dial boobs. The line's busy. Someone's busy with the boobs. Oh man. Facts first. Oh, okay, I'll speculate. Shinobu Asakawa seems to have been implicated in the Kaneda case. The theory that Shinobu was murdered likely led to the rumor about the girl who stands behind. 15 years later, Kaneda's killer and Shinobu's whereabouts are both still shrouded in mystery. Teruhiko Uchida, who was a strong suspect for the case, committed suicide. Was he the killer after all? Wait a second. While Yoko was looking into the rumor about the girl who stands behind, she might have come across the Kaneda case. And as she continued to investigate, it's possible she found key information about the killer. And if the true identity of the killer ended up being someone other than Uchida, did the killer also? Damn. Alright, then in that case, Hinobu is not the murderer. Or Hinobi, that's his name. Because she would have, like, come to him, maybe, if he knew, and then she knew who he was, and then they would have been, like, together on it. Because he would want to find out who killed his daddy-o. Which means it was the janitor. But to prove this theory, except they're actually gonna, like, spin it and say it was the art teacher, I need to confirm that Yoko knew about the Kaneda case. School's about to get out. I guess I'll go and speak to more people. I might be able to find a clue that tells me whether Yoko knew about the Kaneda case or not. Well, alright then. Guess we better get moving. Chapter 4 already? Dude, we're killing it. We'll do this episode for another 10 minutes. I think 40 minutes is a good length for visual novels. You don't want to do them too short, because then people can't get into it. But you also don't want to do them too long, because then people fall asleep. Looks like some students are participating in club activities today. I should try talking to them. Damn, I could show those girls what's what about tennis. Been playing since I was 8 years old. I ain't no noob. Hello? Excuse me, may I speak with you for a moment? Alright, let's do a 2-set match. If I win, you tell me everything you know about the Kaneda case. Oh, a man turned this way. Is it the supervising teacher? What's going on? Oh, it's you. Little Mr. Detective who's been hanging around the school these days. Okay, hold on. We need to, like, fatten your voice up and make it a little more neck-beardy. Who's he calling little? I don't know if this voice is in my wheelhouse. Let's find out. Who would murder her? Oh, duh, that's what you're investigating. Alright, we're gonna change it around. So tragic. Why did she have to be killed? I don't think this is gonna work out very well. Did she have to be killed? Such a horrifying story. I don't want to believe that it's real, but I do. Adults believe it too, then. Okay. The Kaneda case? What's that? It's a murder that occurred in this town 15 years ago. Have you ever heard of it? Oh, wow, that's sad, but I wouldn't know. I feel like we're getting closer. That's too long ago. I wouldn't know, but Mr. Kaneda might. I'm just not sure it's a good idea to say anymore. Oh, so you do know. Well, I'm about to examine you, bub. I'm gonna examine your zipper. Oh, you wanna talk to me? I'm on it. Huh? Okay. Hello. What's the matter, Mr. Detective? I'm gonna show you Yoko's class ID. So tragic. Why did she have to be killed? It's possible Kaneda. Okay, so, alright, well, we're going. Alright, you've been extremely unhelpful. We would have talked to this dude anyway. Oh my god, who's that? You're the one drawing that awful tiger? Excuse me. Kaneda doesn't seem to be around. But there's a student over there. Maybe she's in the art club. Hey there. Do you have a moment? Dude, what is that face? I'm in the middle of painting right now. Don't talk to me! I pissed her off. Shut up! Go away! She's very focused on her painting. Well, I'm going to examine it. An art club student is painting. She might be doing her club activity alone. Well, that kinda defeats the purpose of a club. What an amazing painting! The colors are exquisite. Thanks! I see you have an eye for talent. Can I help you? Where's Mr. Kaneda? He's gone off somewhere. As if you would know about this. What's that? It's a murder that occurred in this town 15 years ago. Have you ever heard of it? That's around the time I was born in Paris. I'm half French. Can you tell by my face? Oh, we're definitely changing your voice now then. So I have no idea. Oh my god, you're half French. I feel so sorry for Yoko. I'm really bad with that stuff. Don't ask me that again. He should be somewhere in the school. He said he was coming back. Good, he hasn't left then. Art is an explosion! That's an old saying. I heard there was an artist who used to tell that joke. Do you know of him? I don't think it was meant to be a joke. Art is an explosion. Of orgasmic proportions. Is there anything else to talk to you about? He'll be back! I feel so sorry for the Yoko! Don't ask me about the Kaneda case? I don't know! How sad. She will never carry an ID again, for she is dead. Hey, Kaneda, are you in here? Alright, well, you were absolutely worthless. The only people who probably know about the Kaneda case are the people who were involved. Okay, if I want to confirm Yoko knew about the Kaneda case, I should probably visit her house first. Oh, okay. Who's that? Oh, wait, that's me. Excuse me. Who is it? It's Sunburned Albino from Utsugi Detective Agency? Who? Oh, just a second. I still have this grieving, sad voice. Hello, sorry for coming over unannounced. Well, is there something? What is that about? It's a murder case that occurred 15 years ago. Oh! Why are we talking about something from 15 years ago? Oh, come on, dude. You know what happened. There's nothing else I can tell you. What is that about? What does that have to do with my daughter? I'll tell you. There's a chance this case is deeply connected to Yoko's case. Does any of this sound familiar? I'll go and check Yoko's room for any clues. Stay here. I'll be right back. Damn, she's the person it's like the least appropriate to make fun of, but it's so fun. I couldn't find anything, but I brought her bag. Feel free to take a look through it. Thank you. Let's open the bag.
Please go ahead and look through the bag. I'm sure she would want you to.
She's just oogie boogie now, sort of. Okay, thank you very much. There are textbooks inside the bag. Oh, and several notebooks, too. I'm just gonna take them. I'll take a look inside the notebooks. Nothing seems to stand out in here. Okay, there was no point then. There's another notebook. Why didn't you take that notebook? I'll check another notebook. Wow, this is gonna be a real process, huh? Let's look at this notebook. Nothing seems to stand out here. Oh, give me another notebook. I'll check another notebook. Whee! Time to look at the notebook. Oh-ho! Oh, wow. Newspaper clippings regarding the Kaneda case are pasted all over the pages. I was right. Yoko was looking into the Kaneda case.
That's all I can say. Will the notebooks help at all?
Well, let's find out. Just as I thought, Yoko was investigating the Kaneda case. Detective Utsugi is investigating the Kaneda case. I should do more questioning at Ushimitsu High School. I just need to find a clue that links the two cases. Alright, to the art room it is. Thank you very much, Mrs. Kojima. With your help, I found a valuable clue. I'll head out now.
Thank you, Mr. Albino. Please find the killer quickly.
I will. Has Mr. Kaneda returned?
Not yet.
Well, shiver me timbers. I'm gonna show you nothing. Never mind. What if I look at my notepad? And maybe we'll, like, get stuff out of it. Okay, there's a number 9 here. Was also investigating the Kaneda case. Genjiro, victim of the Kaneda case, moved to town to open a bar, was murdered at 9 p.m. Scene of the crime was the house. Cause of death was blood loss. The MO seems to indicate the murder was fueled by animosity. Bar on the surface was the lone shark at the side of con man. Hated by many, the murder weapon still has been located. A man named Teruhiko Uchihara was raised as a possible suspect, but there are other suspects. They had rock solid alibis. The case remains unsolved and the statute of limitations drawn near. Shinobu. Yeah, still unknown. Teruhiko lost the factory. Prime suspect, but he killed himself. Goro, Genjiro's son, sole heir famous for partying, first witness, but then somehow became a homeroom teacher at a high school. How did you manage that? Alrighty then. I think it's time we saved the game. And that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Sunburned Albino, and I'll see you guys next time.